Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Breaking news. Keith one-time Thurman versus Sebastian Fundora. Verbal agreement, October 18th, Prime Video, PBC. I like it. I like it a lot, my friends. Yes, yes, yes. You gotta remember that. Remember when Fundora stepped in to fight Tim Tszyu when Keith Thurman got injured, right? Y'all remember that? Supposed to be Keith Thurman and Tim Tszyu. Keith Thurman got injured. Fundora stepped up. And look what has Fundora become today. Became a unified champion. Still a champion. At the peak of his career right now. The number one guy right now in the 154-pound division, the most difficult division in the sport of boxing, the landmine division. I've been calling it the landmine division for like over 5 years. I say it's one of the most difficult divisions, more competitive division, because everybody has showed their vulnerability in the 154-pound division. Even Fundora himself, Tim Tszyu, Jamel Charlo, Tony Harrison, even when Canelo Alvarez was there versus Lara, even when Demise Andre got dropped. Who else has struggled? Brian Mendoza, Virgil Ortiz, Terrence Bud Crawford versus Majramov. Everybody has had their success, had their struggle. It's never been a cakewalk. Never been a cakewalk in the 154-pound division. And it's not going to be a cakewalk October 18th when Keith Thurman faces Fundora. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. Keith Thurman ain't tall at all. Keith Thurman is what, like 5'7", giving up like 5 inches. Not 5, I'm sorry, 10 inches. Pause. Isn't Fundora 6'7"? 5'7" versus 6'7". But if Keith Thurman goes back to what made Keith Thurman one time, and if you've been following Keith Thurman also when the amateurs, you already know y'all been following this channel. I started my channel by building this channel by even having content about Keith Thurman, the back and forth with Keith Thurman, the early true spins, and then led up to the Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman. But a lot of people know that I was a major supporter of Keith Thurman ever since the amateur. That was my favorite class, the '07 class with Keith and Gary Russell and Demise Andre and Deontay Wilder, the Charlo brothers, Daniel Jacobs, Sean Porter, Alexander Usyk. It's that card is like. I'm sorry, that class just been one of my favorite class that in the sport of boxing, right? Charles Hatley, Saddam Ali, who else? Warren, you know what I'm saying? Leo Santa Cruz, Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia. That was a great class. But anyway, this is gonna be, I think, a good fight, and I know a lot of people are gonna be writing off Keith Thurman. They're gonna look at the height, probably the weight, and things of that nature. But ladies and gentlemen, tell you like this: Keith Thurman don't have a lot of wear and tear. Keith Thurman is a very, very smart fighter. And let me tell you like this: Keith Thurman got the legs that he don't got to stand right in front of Sebastian Fundora. Sebastian Fundora has gotten better to identify the range as well. But I think that Sebastian Fundora never got in the ring with somebody with the legs like Keith Thurman. He need to use his leg too much. He need to chase nobody like that. You know what I'm saying? He's probably going to be out of position. Keith Thurman was a body snatcher before. And if he goes back to going to the body, I'm going to tell you like this: I think that Sebastian Fundora is going to feel something that he probably never felt. We've seen the vulnerability of Sebastian Fundora. If Brian Mendoza could do what he did, I think that Keith Thurman is very highly equipped to do the same thing. But Sebastian has gotten better, like I said. He don't smother his work. Before I used to be like, Fundora, he's too tall to not identify the range. Him and Brandon Figueroa used to have the same problem. You know what I'm saying? Fundora has fixed it. Brandon Figueroa hasn't. So there's going to be a tough, again, if he pops that good jab and Keith Thurman just to have the reflex to get out the way. But I do think he does. Again, he has no wear and tear. The only blemish in his career was Manny Pacquiao. Fundora is going to be the heavy favorite. Don't count on Keith Thurman. That's all I can say. It's two guys that could fight. But I think that Keith Thurman has the intangible to pull the upset. But Fundora is in his prime, is working on all cylinders, has great momentum, and he could also make it a very tough night, an awkward night with Keith von Tom Thurman. I'll put it this way, just look at the word awkward. Keith von Tom Thurman, very awkward fighter. Throw awkward combinations and stuff like that. Not traditional ones. Very awkward fighter, movement, great off the back foot, great going to the body. And Sebastian Fundora is just awkward in itself. Where is Keith Thurman going to find a sparring partner to mimic or to prepare for it? I think that's the problem that a lot of people may have in 154-pound division. You got to get an NBA player or something like that, like Kevin Durant. Yo, help me out, you know? But let me know what y'all think about this fight. I love the fight. I love the fight 154. There's a lot of matchups. There's a lot of fights that you can match up. He can have unification bouts. Virgil Ortiz is going to be stepping back in the ring as well, but he has surgery. You've seen Jerome Bruce Ennis. Hey, Keith von Tom Thurman is having a better fight than Jerome Bruce Ennis versus Lima, whatever his name is. So, yo, I like the fight. Let me know what y'all think, man. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you, God bless, and on to the next.